week. And today, our discussion at MindShift, yes, we do. We have an open discussion. You're welcome to come every Monday at noon. So if you want to know more about it, send me a little message and I'll hook you up. But today, we were talking about fear versus faith. And no, I'm not getting religious on you. Faith is the belief, the knowing of something unseen. For instance, if you want the lights turned on, you will flip that little switch and you'll have faith expecting the lights to go on. The knowing that if you flip that switch, that's what's supposed to happen. So that's faith. It's faith that something is expected to happen. You know it's going to happen. Now, once in a while, something goes weird, like, oh, the fuse popped. But you get what I mean. That is faith. It's something unseen, and yet you've experienced it. You know, there's a knowing that there's a follow through. Fear is saying, oh, I'm in the dark, and I have no idea. And I know if I turn that flip switch that on, no, I'm still going to be in the dark. No, this is very scary. So it's fear is energy. Getting the light is energy. Having the fear is energy. Having faith is energy. Speaking or moping, all of it's energy. But the fear energy is misdirected. So if you want to look at energy as positive and light, or heavy and dark, positive or negative, then that's where we're on a spectrum. There's this continuous, the higher you go, the higher the vibration, the more the energy is going to be positive and uplifting. And the more we mope, go down in depression and stay there until pretty soon we are really buried in the negative. That's all energy. If we want to move within our energy, we will start to raise our vibration with positivity. But tomorrow the sun will shine and I'll be feeling better. That's a knowing. It's a choice. It's a moving into the positive and away from the negative. So there is your difference in fear or faith. Fear or faith. Fear or faith. So that was our discussion, and we brought in so many beautiful ideas. I can't get through it all, but like I say, you're welcome to come. But fear being misdirected energy, then what do we have to do about it when it goes down there? Because we've moved the energy down there. We have to redirect it. That's an action and a choice and something we have to do on purpose. We have to choose to change into the positive energy, to redirect it and transmute that fear into, I know, that faith. It was interesting that this Maurice Maeterlinck, I'm not sure if that's how to say his last name, Maurice Maeterlinck said, man, so humanity, humans, is God afraid. So if we ever look what God looks like when he's afraid, just look at us humans. That's what it's about. Since in many of us, we understand that God is within us, and all around us. God is everywhere. So the God within, or the Buddha within, or the Christ within, or the higher power within, all of it is energy in us. And when we're in fear, that is when energy is afraid. That kind of brings it along. But yes, he said, man is God afraid. So, oh man, we look at this as humanity and we look at our behavior and the things that go on around us in society, and they don't go on around us unless we have it happening inside. So it's all connected. But when we can transmute fear and negativity up into a higher vibration, into the joy and the lightness, the positive, that is magical, and it's so worth it. Now here, the next thing was around fear. When we're in fear, we can run away from whatever it is. And if we choose to have that fear inside us and never look to examine it, we can just keep it, and we can just keep on running and running and running until we collapse our hearts. Eventually, we're going to give ourselves health problems if we're always squeezing in fear, right? So we have to uncover what that fear is. And if we call that fear a lion, well, you know, if you met up with a lion, you can say, whoo, and run. And guess what? You've surprised the lion. And he says, oh, you're running. Oh, your fear. That's making me more and more fierce, because look, if I do this, you scream even more. So this, whatever it is that we haven't dealt with, let's think about that as being the lion. And when we walk up to the lion and stand our ground and uncover what that fear is from, that's a whole different thing than if we run away, hide it, never look at it, don't deal with it. And the more we run, the faster the lion comes after. And the lion running after us is getting more and more ferocious because he's gathering it from our fear. So what we need to do is walk up to that fear, uncover it, explore it, and bring it into the light, and it won't be fearsome anymore. We can let it go. We can deal with it. But if you're going to run away, it's going to run after, and it's going to take its own fierceness by feeding on our fear. So I'm saying, when we take responsibility for our own words and our word choices and our thoughts, we can start to take control of our own lives, our own decisions. It's beautiful, but it does take action. It does take exploring. It does take coming up with ideas and finding out how you're going to move from your own personal fears into your own personal faith. Have a wonderful day, everyone. It's Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk. And yes, you can do it, and you know it. I can help.